I think we're live. I'm gonna wait just a second to see if it comes up. Hang on a second. I need confirmation from Robin whether we're actually live. Robin says we're good. We're good to go. All right. Awesome job, Scott. Scott just finished up his demo. He did a beehive box, and he was finishing up a magic wand when I had to come in here. Scott, I hope you put phoenix feather and some mole's blood in the handle or something to make it magical. Awesome job. Before we get started, we're going to do a three-sided bowl today, but I want to thank everybody for the craft festival. Jamie, thank you so much for actually just taking care of all of it. So I really appreciate it. Everybody that demonstrated and everybody that's come to watch the demonstrations, thank you guys so much. Everything was awesome. There was woodworking, leatherworking, glass blowing again, pottery. Heidi did some pottery, just so variety of stuff, metalworking, all cool stuff. So thank you guys so much for participating in it, whether you're demonstrating or part of it. Before I do get started, I want to give a big shout out to Joey from Steel Blade Woodworks. He has been working on some stuff for us for the Niles. So we're going to be in Waco, Texas at the end of August at the SWAT Symposium. And a huge shout out to him. He has made us, this is just one of them, these displays for the booth. So this one is for the off-center jig. He did 4 other ones for stoppers and mandrels. They're all laser cut and engraved. They are amazing, Joey. Thank you so much. And he's actually, we called him up a few days ago and asked him if he could do something else, and he just like jumped right on it and is doing some boxes for the actual stoppers for us too. So Joey, you're the best. Thank you so much, brother. They look amazing. We love them. All right, let me get this set down. All right. So if this is your first time here, just a reminder, my wife Robin is on the phone with me, so she is reading the chat and she will relay questions to me, and I will try to remember to repeat the questions. We had a couple people last time that weren't sure. I don't know if they knew it was actually a live show or what, but if you're watching this later, watch the chat because there's questions that come in that I answer. So I will try and remember to repeat the questions. All right. So I have a piece of maple here. I will switch cameras real quick and we will get this thing on the lathe and get going. All right. All right. So here it is. This piece of maple has some spalting in it. Just should have some really nice color on about half of it, so that should look really cool. So this is a square block. It is 4.5 by 4.5 by 4.5 by 4.5. The audio is choppy. Jamie, hang on a sec. Audio is choppy. Why is the audio choppy? I got everything is actually running. Why is the audio choppy? Does anybody else notice that the audio is choppy? Hang on a sec. This is the master. Its volume's all the way up on it. Volume's all the way up on that. It's still, let me know in the chat. Is the audio okay or not? Is it a little bit? Okay, all right. We're rolling with it. Jamie, just turn up your volume. Turn it up. All right, sounds fine now. All right. So I'm going to take this block. It's 4.5 by 4.5 by 4.5, and I am going to put it in between centers. So I'm going to switch live centers here real quick. So this one has a pin in it, and this is why I have 2 live centers, is because I do a lot of stuff where I need one without a pin. So it's just easier swap live centers like that, and then the corner of this box is going to go into it. We're going to mount it on the lathe just like that. And we're going to back it up just a little bit. We're going to get it in there like that. And this is going to be the bottom of the bowl. So I'm going to shape that. I'm going to cut a groove for to hold it in the chuck, and then we'll hollow out the top of it. And we're done. It will just have the 3 points up here. All right, tighten this thing down. All right, switch tool rests real quick. Who makes the live center? Robust Lathe. They made the one that came with it, and then Easy Wood is on the other one. So they're both live centers. Robust makes live centers for Easy Wood. They're the same live center, so same pins, same threads, everything. So that's why I can just swap them back and forth so easily. They're identical. All right. Get the tool rest up here a little bit. A little bit off. Not much though. I think that's going to be good. All right. Make sure it doesn't hit. Put my face shield on, and then we're going to start turning it. I'm going to go ahead and shape the outside of it here and get this all smooth, and then we'll get a tenon on it. But I'm going to go ahead and put my face shield on first. Let me hang on. Give me 1 sec. Clean this thing off. It's covered in dust. Audit. Oh, Jamie got cut from the tailstock? Is that why he was wanting to know who the manufacturer was? He could start filing a lawsuit. Jamie got cut. I don't know how he got cut on the tailstock. That's almost as bad as getting cut on a scroll saw. Oh. Jamie, just put a Band-Aid on it and keep working. All right, I'm going to use a bowl gouge to shape this. Can you use the hole in the tool rest? This is the tool rest. I'm not sure what you mean, the hole in the tool rest. Like this is the banjo. I'm not sure. Can you clarify what that means? Can I use the hole in the tool rest? John? All right. My mic is not very loud. I have it jacked up all the way. I don't know. I got everything maxed out. I don't know how to turn it up anymore. I'm sorry. Everything is up. I wonder why it's acting up. I just checked the batteries. It's all good. So I don't know. I'm sorry. Sorry if it's not loud. Speak up. I'm going to speak up, Robin said. Just shout it out. All right. Oh, can you just use the hole in the tailstock? No, you can't, because it's not spinning and it will just burn the wood. So you have to have a live center in there. The hole in the tailstock the wood will start smoking really fast. So you gotta have a live center in there of some sort. So as soon as you turn the lathe on, you can see the ghosting, so you can see right where the actual wood is, and that way it's easier to cut. And I have the lathe speed at about 800 right now. And this is a bowl gouge. Just slowly working my way down. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but you can look in there about like a half an inch or so, and you can see where it's actually solid down inside of there. So if I were to turn it off, you can see that area right there, and that's what's creating that second ghosting on the inside of the outer side. Jamie is picking on me about the whistle. Jamie, we're supposed to be friends. Jamie's always picking on me when I have a project that doesn't come out. 1 out of the 3 whistles work, Jamie. So I'm good with that. Alright, we're gonna come right in there. That's gonna be our tenon. Still a little bit out of square. I'm gonna stop it real quick and make sure that that's gonna be okay. I think I may need to come up a little higher for the tenon so that because once I get down to this material, that tenon is gonna be actually really small. So let's use the parting tool first and just make sure, see how big that one would have been. Let's see if that's, oh, that's not bad. That'll work. That will work. All right, let's get these flat spots off of here. I'm going to crank the speed up a little bit more. It's about 1500 RPMs now. All right, I think that should be close. And then I'm going to, yeah, we got a little bit more. Hang on. All right, is it okay now that I have the face shield on? Is it kind of the audio working a little better? All right. Move the tool rest over here, get it right up against it, and then take a finishing pass up, going up, and that should, sounds fine. All right. I think Jamie just wants me to finish this bowl so I can sing and juggle. I think that's his. Hey Liam, how you doing? Liam is from the UK. Thank you for staying up. It's Saturday night. Alright. Thank you, Joey. Joey told me don't worry about Jamie. He's just complaining. Alright. Alright, there we go. Got rid of the flat spots on it. That is good. So at this point, you'd want to sand this. I'll go ahead and sand it a little bit. Let me throw on. I'll just leave the face shield on so the audio's better. The warranty, funny you should ask, Jamie, because I believe I got it 7 years ago, and so it just expired. 7-year warranty. Hang on one sec. Let me grab the sanding disc real quick and turn on the dust collector. That should help with the audio. So you don't want to turn have the lathe running when you sand this, because it'll cut down one side more than the other. So just sand it by hand. You can sand the bottom of it with the lathe running, but don't sand like the wings up here, because it'll eat away at one side more than the other. So just kind of take care of those. This wood is a little bit punky. Jeff, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jeff said he appreciates everybody that done in the craft show. All right. That should be good for that. And then you can turn the lathe on, turn the lathe speed down, and sand up the bottom of it. And I would go through all the grits up to 600 with this. But we're just doing this live, so we'll just hit it with one grit. Somebody wants me to learn the lyrics to Beverly Hillbillies. Harold wants me to learn that. Harold, I couldn't tell you. Something about oil and Black Hills Gold. That's all I know. We have the Google, though. We could figure it out real quick. Jamie said, I know the words to Inner Sandbound by Metallica. See, Jamie's like an instigator, because he knows I don't like Metallica. I did sing to it when we were on a road trip, but that was just more to make fun of it. And I know everybody loves Metallica. Robin said she loves Metallica. Alright, cut this off. Alright, so we're going to use that tenon and clean this thing out. And we're just going to haul it out like a regular bowl. And it will look cool. Alright, swap chuck here. Pull the tailstock back a little bit. So where is everybody from out there in the chat? Is anybody else staying up really late tonight? Alright, I'm going to put the small jaws on. Alright. Maryland. Well, that's not too late. Ohio. Utah. It's almost our time zone. California. Nice, nice. Somebody is in their living room. Oh, Anita's in their living room. Awesome. Germany, nice. My family is from Germany. Homburg. All right. Okay. Now we're going to come back here. All right. Hang on. Let me get the tool rest out of the way here real quick. I'll switch cameras for you. Oh, okay. Tilt that out of the way. All right. Arkansas. Right. Okay. We're going to use the bowl gouge again. We're going to start working our way down this thing. And lathe speed again is about 1,500. I need to lower that down just a little bit. Living rooms in Tennessee. Nice. Australia. Alright, so I'm working my way down. Nice and slow. And when I start to get to the edges, I'll be pretty careful because I don't want to go too far and take the tips off of those. I'll just keep moving it up as I go. Jamie won't give up. Jamie, go to bed. It's late. If you made enough three-sided bowls, you probably could. You could probably cut this off and get something out of the other side. That probably would be easier than having to haul all this out. I don't know. I've only made a few of these, so... I don't know exactly. A trillium. I'd like to see that. Somebody said they learned to turn a trillium by cutting the end of it off. Yeah, you could probably get like a shallow, like a candy dish or something out of it. Jamie gave us €10 for what? What's a Roth fund? A rock fund? Thank you, Jamie. I'm not sure what that is, but... Oh, a rock, like R-O-C-K. R-O-C-K. I think she's probably going to go buy a Metallica 8-track. I got a bad feeling this thing is going to pop out of the lathe. So when it does, you can't say I didn't tell you so. It's kind of punky wood, so I'm... Okay, when I stopped to tighten the chuck. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't made many of them, so I didn't know. Robin said we have trilliums here in Oregon, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what that is. I know we have Trillium Lake. Robin said it's a flower that has 3 petals and it blooms every 3 years. Okay, all right. And you didn't think you were going to learn anything today on this stream. Oh, Jamie said rocks, for buying rocks. Yes, Robin loves rocks. She collects rocks. We get rocks wherever we go. She has them in her pocket. We'll get out and go on a hike, and her pockets are full of rocks. She loves them. I'm going a little slower than like I normally would because it bounced a couple of times, and I think it's because the wood's so punky that I'm not real sure about that tenon. So I would probably be a little more aggressive if it was solid wood. It seems like, when I was looking at it too, like half of it's solid wood, and then half of it is a little bit punky. So I think that's where it's getting that from. But we'll work at it. All right, check it real quick. Still got a little ways, about 3/4 of an inch to get to those tips. So just keep going out. So I am getting out there on the tips now, so I'm going to bump the speed up to about 2200 RPMs. Because you're cutting a lot of air, the faster you can get the lathe going, the easier it is and the safer it is. So you can kind of hear the difference between that cut and then when it was going slow. And again, you can see the ghosting there, where way out here is actually my finger's hitting it right there. So way out here is actually where the wood is, and I'm cutting right in there. Jake, thank you. Jake is donating to the Rock and Roll Fund, apparently. You guys hate me. What the question was, what do you do to treat punky wood? You can stabilize it, put it into a vacuum pot or vacuum chamber, and use cactus juice, and it will make it just like regular wood again. So this part of it right here, let me switch cameras here real quick, show you. So from right there, you can actually see that line right down it. From right there all the way over to right there, this is punky. And that's what those rot lines are. It's because the wood started to rot. And this wood over here, that's solid. So there's only, I don't know, maybe a little less than half of it is solid wood, and the rest of it is punky. That's why I was a little worried about it. But we'll get it. Oh, you guys are killing me with the Rock and Roll Fund. Robin's gonna make me take her down to Music Millennium. So there's a place here in Portland, and all the kids would go down there in the 70s, 80s. It's called Music Millennium, and it's like, and that was where you went down to get your records or cassettes. Thank you, Jen. I wonder if that place is still open. There was another one, Tower Records too, I think. Okay, Robin had to step away for a sec. She has to go feed Chloe, so if you leave a question in the chat, I won't know. Hang on a sec. Okay, let's figure out the wall thickness is too, so that I don't want to get too far down there and then have to come back. So we want to get them a little thinner than that. So I'm going to take a couple more passes right there before I move on. So I'm standing, I have it on the wrong camera, sorry. So if I'm standing right here on the side of it, when it's spinning around, I can see the ghosting, and I can see the ghosting on the inside. So I'm actually just watching that part of it as I'm going down, and you can see all that. So once it's spinning like that, you can tell where the actual wall is. Okay, Robin's back. You can start being mean again. Thank you, Scott. I mean, I guess, kinda. Scott, I'm gonna have to go like down into Portland now to, was it Tower Records or Music Millennium? It was one of Both of them. Yeah. Yeah, we had both of them. Robin still has a turntable and albums that she listens to. She loves. I love it when they skip, so I jump around a lot. Alright, so I put on a shorter tool rest, less vibration on it, and I'll start working my way down. Plus I can get a little bit closer, and we'll get this thing cleaned down. How are we doing on time? Alright, need to lower it down just a little bit. So, and that's the other thing. Every time I move the tool rest, I spin it by hand real quick, just to make sure it's not going to hit. And especially like on something like this, where it's, you'll have the tool rest like stuck in one of those holes and turn it on. And that's not good. So like this part of it, I'm not worried about getting a clean cut or anything. I'm just kind of gouging it out. And then when I go back and do my, final pass down that wall, that's when I slow down, go really slow, try and keep the bevel up against it, like that, to where it's getting a nice clean cut. But until I get to that point, it doesn't matter what the cut is. Alright, I'm going to come back up here, go down nice and slow. And hopefully you can kind of see the wood changing colors there too as I'm going down. That's the bevel is what's causing that, because it's riding the bevel and it's heating it up is what it's doing. A little bit thick up here. Alright, I'll get that tool rest up there as close as I can. Jamie's trying to get people to donate to the Rock and Roll Fund, which it started out innocent enough for the... Can I move the camera closer? Yes, I can. Hang on one sec. Let me switch back to this one real quick so I don't make anybody sick. Robin said it would be Rock or Roll Fund. Hang on. Michael, hang on. We're moving the camera. We're going to get right up in it. All right. How's that? That's right there. All right. That better? Okay. I may need to move it back, but I don't think. I think I can go under the camera. Alright. Clean out a little bit of this. Is that better, Michael? Alright. I'll wait for him to answer. Alright, same thing here. You get down to your final wall thickness, slow down. Come right across the bottom there. Just like that. And I think I got a little high spot right there. I'm going to come back up in about right here because I got a bump right there. I want to get that out. Game time. Want to know how many things? Okay. How about that? I'll give you... Hang on. Alright. Jamie said it's game time. We'll count these up when we're done. Whoever gets the answer, what do you want to give them? What are we giving away? Robin's thinking about it. Hang on. I'm going to give you... Okay, is everybody ready? I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Okay. Hang on, you can't guess already. You haven't seen the tray. Okay. I'm going to switch cameras real quick. I'm going to show everybody what's in the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, hang on. And we're done. Whoever gets the right answer will send you some stoppers or openers or something. You guys were already guessing, so I don't know how that's going to work. We're going to count them up as soon as I'm done with the bowl, though. We're going to have to go back through the chat and through the live chat and figure it out. So whoever's in the live chat, we'll figure it out after the stream's over. Because no chips, actually just tools and accessories. Just Jake, can I get a Lathe Tools and Accessories clip for you? All right, there we go. Oh, I still got a bump right there. I don't like that. I don't like that bump. Sean, no chips. All right, I think that is good. All right, and then so same thing with this. We'll just go through real quick. Let me turn the dust collector back on. What a mess. And we'll sand it up just real quick with one grit. But it's the same thing. You need to sand up those tips. This one actually chipped off a little bit there, so I'll have to clean that one up. But you have to sand off those wings by hand because what kind of gouge am I using? Michael wanted to know what kind of gouge I'm using. It's 5/8 where we at? Which camera are we on? Hang on, let me switch back. It is a Thompson 5/8 bull gouge. Yeah. Now I'm not sure what the grind on it is. It's whatever came with it. I got it, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago. Yeah. So on this too, you can lock the lathe down. So like that one has some chips on it, and I'll just kind of go over it real quick. But yeah, I would, same thing on this. I would go through all the grits on it and up to 600 and just keep working my way around it. Oh, you got one at the symposium. Yes, yeah, they're awesome. They hold a good edge too. Yeah, it's got some great color in it too, which is nice. Yeah, that's all spalting that's in there. All right, let's flip it around. Yeah, I'll finish the bottom real quick. Kind of show you how to do that. And then we'll count up our tray and see who won. How many guesses did we get? Oh, they're already gone. We're gonna have to go back. Jamie, see, Jamie's a troublemaker. He just like, tell Jamie to, all right. Never mind. Jamie wants to know about the dust collector, but I'm not going to say anything about it because he's a troublemaker. All right, I'm switching the jaws back to the bigger ones. I think Jamie just asked questions that he already knows the answers to get me riled up and flustered. I think that's what it is. All right. So this piece maple rounded over is just kind of a jam chuck, a waste block, and the wings aren't going to hit. So we'll bring the tailstock right back up and then clean off that little dent in there. But I need a little piece of something. All right, I got it. The foam in the sanding pad, what is it? You know what? It's softer than that, Sean. It's which camera are we on? Hang on, let me switch back. Yeah, it's softer than like Sneakers. It's definitely spongier than that. So I have a couple of them. One of them is like, I mean, this stuff is probably more like Sneakers. It's hard to squeeze together. It's definitely denser. This one is you can smash it around the inside of a bowl just from the pressure. Oh, somebody want to know if I added anything to the tray? That's it. So if Jamie were to win what's in the tray, I would just go, no, it was Bob. Bob won. All right, I'm taking those three things out just to make it fair. All right, let me get the tailstock back up here. Jamie's getting, he's getting his second win. He's been up for like 36 hours. He started this thing off 24 hours ago. I don't know if he's had a nap or anything. That I don't. You know what? They might tell you on the website what type of foam it is. I got it from Woodturner's Wonders. That little sanding pad. So it might, in the description of what it is, they might tell you what kind of foam they use. what kind of chuck is it? This is a easy wood chuck. So it's they I believe now they're was it 329 or 429. Yeah, but all the jaws go in the same way that I just changed those. When I get done with it, I'll show you a little more. I'll take it on and off because it's yeah, they're super slick, and with it you only need one chuck instead of having three or four of them with different sized jaws on them. All right, let's get this lined back up. Try and get it lined up best I can. Turn the lathe speed down. We'll probably have to move it around a little bit. So, right there, go down a little bit. All right, that's good enough. All right, crank that down. So those little pads I just put in there are from, oh, I don't have any more. Where are they? I got them at the Dollar Tree. So they're, it's the kitchen non-skid stuff. And if you go to the Dollar Tree, they're already like pre-cut in circles. And they're, I don't know what they are now. They're like $1.29. It's not $1 anymore. Did they change the name of the store? All right. Bring our tool rest right up here. Give it a spin. Make sure it's not going to hit. Give me face shield on. What camera are we on? Okay, that's a good one so you can see. Yeah. All right, we're going to crank the speed up. It's off just a little bit, but not too bad. And this is a spindle gouge. I'm going to bring the tool rest down a little bit. And so this is just the pressure from the tailstock is the only thing that's holding this thing on. So I don't want to get too carried away with it and cut it down too small. Because if it breaks, it's just going to pop off of there. So I will bring it down to, I don't know, a little less than 1/4 of an inch or so, and then finish up hand sanding it. And I'll cut it off with a little pole saw. And a sanding pad in a Jacobs chuck on the lathe works super well and makes quick work of it. All right. So there we go. So yeah, I just need to cut that little nub off, and then we can sand it up. Back this off just a little bit. Release some of the pressure. Hang on. Everybody still hear me okay? I'm a quiet talker, so I start out loud and then go right back to normal. All right. Oh, thank you. Robin told me you guys are just making fun of Jamie. Yes, keep that going. Keep that going, please. Yeah, the Dollar Tree. You get 2 of them for $1, whatever it is now. But yeah, and they work great for stuff like this. Yes. Picking on Jamie about his massive cut that he had to go to the hospital with. Somebody just asked me about the chuck. Yeah, there's a little pin in them that releases the jaws. They're not numbered. It doesn't matter what jaws you put in. It doesn't matter. Even the cold jaws work that way. So all of them, they just go right back in any hole. So it is fantastic. Yeah, and you only need one chuck. I turn all the time, and it takes about 15 seconds to change jaws. All right. Actually, I need to put the jaws back on it, though. I need to get the chuck off, and we'll put the sanding pad on there. I know everybody's on pins and needles waiting for me to count up the tool tray, right? All right. Even Robin just said, when are you going to count? So I don't have to scroll up so far. Everybody wants me to count. All right, I'll count before we sand the bottom of it. We'll stop the whole project so we can count the tray. All right. Now, just assuming everything in here, minus the shavings, is a tool or accessory. Okay. Hang on, I need something to put them in. Hang on one sec. This is getting out of hand. Hang on. I'm wandering around the shop looking for a box. Hang on. Do I have anything? Here, I got something. All right. All right, we're going to count these up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, ouch, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Look at that. That's a dental pick. 21, 22, and the magic number is 23 with the whatever that is, a washer or a spacer. Jeff X, Jeff S, Jeff S, 1 with 23. Jeff, message us. Robin will put our email in the chat there. Email me. We'll send something spectacular. Oh, Jeff. Yes, Jeff. Jeff S. You actually have to email me because somebody won a couple months ago and they would never email. So we just kept it. We kept the stuff. Kept it. So you have to email. Just say, I'm Jeff. I won. I'm awesome. Oh, and then an address. Where to send it to. All right. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the Jacobs chuck on there. And we'll put the sanding pad on. And tighten it all up. And I'll turn the lathe speed down. Yeah, so you can get these in different sizes, different densities, but it literally makes quick work of the bottom of a bowl. Yeah, just like that. Oop, there we are. Yeah, it's just, and you can, they're Velcro, so you can run through all the grits. Yeah, I use the 3-inch pads, but you can get these in like 2-inch. Yeah, I think this little one here is 2-inch here. It's a little denser, but the only thing is you have to get like, you know, if you want that one, I'm not sure what it is, 2-inch or 1.5 inch, but you have to get those size pads for that, and then whatever size you have. But they work fantastic. All right. somebody has a hard time keeping the Jacobs chuck in. So, okay, well that's a good question. It, so like when you, I normally have them in the tailstock, but when you put them in, just slam that thing in there, lock it in there. Same thing with the chuck. So I just barely put it in there, but to get this out, would need the knockout bar now. I'd have to take the knockout bar and run it down through the back of it to tap it out. Just literally jam it in there. It's supposed to be in there tight. So if you're using something like a Morris taper to like turn something onto, like I don't have one out here, but like we have like Morris taper, the bottle stopper mandrels. We have the Morris taper one. You jam it in there, but you keep the tailstock up the whole time while you're turning until the very end. So you have that pressure against it. So make sure that the inside of the spindles are clean, both on the head and tailstock. Make sure they're all cleaned up. But slam that thing in there. Don't just slide it in because then it could wobble out. Same thing with like you just saw me a second ago. Like this is my chuck. When I put my chuck on, I spin it and lock it on. That is like metal against metal. And then it's spinning this way. So as I'm turning it, it's locking it on even tighter. And that's why when I go to take the chuck off, I use a little 2x2, lock the lathe down to break it free. Is because the tighter all that stuff is, the less vibration you're going to get, the truer it's going to spin. I know that they make like little plastic O-rings that go in there, but you don't want to use those because they don't. It's just a piece of plastic that's being smashed together. It's not a good fit. So just make sure you slam it in there. Thank you, Jake. Jamie. Yes, Sean just mentioned something too. They do make a tool. It's actually has the Morris taper on it, and it's like a plastic thing, right, Sean? And you just slide it in there and like spin it around, and it kind of looks like a plastic drill bit. But yeah, you clean them out. You could even like take. I've done this before. I don't have one of those things, so I've like squirt like some WD-40 in there, and then take a paper towel and just wad it up like that, and just actually kept shoving it in there after I put the WD-40 in there, just like that, and pull it out. And if there's WD-40 in there, it'll clean out more. But yeah, they actually make a tool that does it. I can't remember whether it's just called Morris Taper Cleaner or something like that. But yeah. All right. Hang on. Let me move this camera back over here. Just like so. We'll switch cameras back. Yeah, just I guess more than anything, just don't just put even your spindle or your live center or mandrel or anything in. Don't just set it in there. Just actually I literally just kind of get it close and then throw it in to where it locks. Morris taper is like one of the best things for it. Just about any kind of machining. It's because they're so well fit. There's connection like all the way down, so it's actually like the perfect I don't know, perfect storm. It's actually it works fantastic, and that's why they keep using all of it. And because it's so well designed. Just both the tapers work perfectly together, and there's not just support just on one little point on the outside. There's support all the way down on both of them. So, but yeah, you have to get it in there. All right. I can't. Was there anything else? Jamie said it's singing and juggling time. after Jamie put me through all that torture about the rock and roll fund, you realize I'm going to be like hunting down like Led Zeppelin's, 1973 B-side 45 or something. I don't even know what that means, but they're called green weenies. Oh, oh, they don't make them anymore. Yeah, man, I thought I'd seen some in the catalog or something somewhere. But yeah, I mean, even like a washcloth, that would probably do a little better job than the paper towel. But squirt some WD-40 in there. I used to do it. I mean, I've probably done it in the last 6 months, but I just don't do it like all the time. But yeah, it works great. But I think like a washcloth, like a thin washcloth, would probably a good job, a lot better than paper towel. But yeah, WD-40 everything. Yeah. Even like the way, that's what I normally do. I squirt down the bedways with WD-40 all the time, just so that the my banjo and the tailstock slide nice and smooth. Um, so when I'm doing that, I will like run the quill out of the. Let me switch back over here real quick. So, hey Mark, how you doing? Oh, you missed it. It was a museum piece, brother. Mark's late to the show. It, there it is, Mark. Three-sided bowl. It's not quite the Smithsonian, but it'll work. So yeah, like even on this right here, um, I take here. Hang on one sec. I did. I don't have a hair out of place. I think the hairs on my head are getting scared because anytime there's one out of place, I just pull it out. If you're not going to behave, you're gone. So just like that. So I do that all the time too, and then just crank it back in. So it is that it all runs nice and smooth. So and I do that, I don't know, at least once a week. I squirt down the bedways so that everything runs smooth, and I do that right there. But yeah, I don't clean these things out as often as that. But that's it. Everything runs and slides nice and smooth. But yeah, if you keep the bedways clean, just keep the dust off of them and just squirt some WD-40 on it down. Everything just slides so much easier. You can move your tailstock and everything with just one hand, and it's just so much easier than it sticking and because once they start sticking, it's just a pain. You got a bowl on there, and and it happens to me all the time. They start sticking, and I'm like pulling on it, and I'm thinking I just stop and put some WD-40 on it. I mean, it wears off pretty fast, but it lasts a day or two. All right, what do I have to do? Do I have to juggle? I'm all right. The no juggling and singing. Robin said it. All right, I'll juggle. All right, hang on. Scott, they are not balls. They are regulation juggling sacks that I can't find right now. Where are they? Who took my juggling? Oh, I found them. Okay, never mind. Yes, show the bowl again. Where did it go? Somebody wants to see the bowl. I just had it. Where'd it go? There it is. There it is. So yeah, if you just take a square piece of wood and put it in the lathe that way, just corner to corner, it will give you that right there. And then somebody in the chat was saying that you can make something out of that end piece too. So yeah, you just part that off and make it. But yeah, there we go. It's I don't know what it is. Hang on. There's the tape measure. It's all done. Well, I guess it's like 6 inches corner to corner. Yeah, but it was 4.5. But when you're all done, I guess putting it in that way, it's actually a little over 6 inches, 6 1/4, or 6.5 actually. Right, so it's a little bigger. Huh? Yeah, 6.5 by 4.5. Actually, just under. No, it's 4 1/4 because we took that little tenon off. Yeah. But yeah, like with this, if I was doing it, I would have sanded this all the way up to 600, put the oil on it. Same thing with the inside. Just make sure when you're doing like pieces like this where they're not solid, that you sand these little parts by hand, because it will, if this thing's spinning around in the lathe, it's going to sand that corner right there and not touch this corner. So you're going to end up with this corner all rounded over and this side still sharp. So that's why you have to turn the lathe off and sand these little parts by hand on the inside and out. Now, yeah, anytime it's something off center. All right. Oh, I need to hang on. Let me back the camera up a little bit more. Hang on a sec, so I don't scare anybody. Okay, how's that? There. Yes. Could you just sand it one way and then the other? Yes, you could, but because it's just hitting that one corner, it's going to be hard to judge, exactly how much you sanded on one side and not the other side. So if you sand more on the other side, it's going to look smaller than the one you went. But I mean, it will be close. But yes, you can. But it's still, when it's spinning around on there, it's hard to get pressure on it to actually really sand it, because when that thing's spinning around there, you're hitting this much of the wood, and this much of the wood is air. So it's really hard to hold a piece of sandpaper and get it and do a good job when it's just kind of going kunk, 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 kunk. So that's why you'll get a better job if you turn it off and do them by hand. But yeah, you can do forward and reverse, but it's still you're probably gonna miss some of it. All right. Yeah, right, Mark. Well, I was a little confused about that too, but it's math, and I'm confused about math all the time. So if you take a 4.5 by 4.5 block and turn it on its axis, 2 points, apparently that's 6 inches. I don't know. Do we have any uh, college professors in the audience? Do we have any college professors in the audience that can tell us why a 4.5 inch square block winds up to be 6 inches? I don't know. I'm waiting for Robin. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Go see everybody. There's tons. They were all day long. So it started out with Jamie over in England, the craft festival. So there's a bunch of stuff. So in the description of this video are all the other videos. So you can go watch anybody else. So like I was saying at the beginning, got everything from pottery, metalworking, leatherworking, woodworking, just tons of fun stuff. They are all in there. Thank you, Bonnie. Math is prohibited. It's the weekend, right? So, Mark, why a 4 inch cube turned out to be 6 inches? It doesn't matter. Let's have a drink and relax. I don't know why. It's a pyramid. All right. So, like the pyramids in Egypt, if it was a full square and you pulled it out, it would only be like 20 feet across. But when you tip it at an angle, it's 50 feet or whatever they are. I'm sure they're much bigger than that. Jake's the brains. Jake, do some math. All right, I'm going to juggle. And how I can juggle is a mystery too. It's like math, just a mystery. I don't want to sing why I'm doing it. It's very confusing. Geometry. Matt, that is math too, though, isn't it? Isn't geometry math too? So it's still very confusing. All right, guys. Thank you again for everybody that participated and all the demonstrators. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jamie, everybody that helped out, and all of it. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good weekend and safe turning or whatever craft it is you're doing. All right. Have a good one.